The 7 levels of Marvel enhancements. Level 1. The basic enhancements. Nuke. Frank Simpson, known as Nuke, represents the dangerous and unstable bottom tier of Marvel's enhancement programs. He's a product of a flawed super soldier program that attempted to recreate Captain America's success through crude chemical enhancement rather than the perfected super soldier serum. Nuke's enhancements come primarily from a cocktail of performance-enhancing drugs delivered through colored pills: red pills for aggression and strength, white pills for stabilization, and blue pills for come-down. This pill-based system is primitive, unstable, and creates a chemically dependent, enhanced soldier rather than a true superhuman. Nuke's enhancements provide him with enhanced strength, speed, durability, and pain tolerance when he's dosed with his pills. The red pills flood his system with adrenaline and experimental stimulants that push his body beyond normal human limits, allowing him to fight superhuman opponents and survive injuries that would kill normal soldiers. His white pills stabilize his system and prevent complete psychotic breaks, while blue pills bring him down from his enhanced state. He also has an American flag tattooed on his face and cybernetic implants that interface with his drug delivery system. What makes Nuke Level 1 is how crude and flawed his enhancement is. Unlike Captain America's serum, which created a stable, permanent enhancement, Nuke's power comes from constant chemical dependency. He needs regular doses of his pills to maintain his enhanced state, and without them, he crashes hard and becomes useless or dangerously unstable. The enhancement also damages his body over time, causes psychological instability, and the crude chemical approach means he's nowhere near as powerful or controlled as higher-tier enhanced individuals. Nuke has been used as a weapon by various government and criminal organizations precisely because his enhancement makes him controllable through his pill dependency. He's been deployed as an assassin, a terror weapon, and a disposable soldier in Black Ops missions. His most famous appearance was in the Born-Again Daredevil storyline, where he was sent into Hell's Kitchen as a one-man invasion force, causing massive civilian casualties before being stopped. His rampage demonstrated both the power and the profound instability of his enhancements. The tragic element of Nuke's enhancement is that he's essentially a victim. Frank Simpson was a soldier who was experimented on, turned into a weapon, and left dependent on chemicals to function. His mind has been fractured by the enhancement process, leaving him with PTSD, fragmented memories, and complete psychological dependence on the organization controlling his pill supply. He represents the dark side of enhancement programs, the failures, the disposable test subjects, and the human cost of trying to create super soldiers through shortcuts. Nuke's enhancement also has severe limitations. His strength and durability, while enhanced, are nowhere near Captain America's level. He can be injured by conventional weapons, especially when not fully dosed. His psychological instability makes him unpredictable and dangerous to allies and enemies alike. The chemical enhancement damages his body with each use, meaning he's on a countdown to physical breakdown. And his complete dependency on his pills means anyone controlling his supply controls him entirely. What places Nuke at level 1 is that his enhancement is the most basic, flawed, and unstable type in Marvel. Its chemical dependency masquerading as superhuman ability, crude drugs, forcing the human body beyond its limits rather than truly transforming it. He's enhanced compared to normal humans, but his power comes at enormous cost to his body and mind, requires constant maintenance through pills, and creates instability rather than reliable superhuman ability. He's level 1 because he represents what happens when enhancement programs cut corners, prioritize short-term results over stability, and treat human subjects as disposable weapons. His enhancement is barely above performance-enhancing drugs, just pushed to an extreme that creates a dangerous but fundamentally flawed enhanced human. Level 2. The Advanced Serums. Captain America, Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers and the Super Soldier Serum represent the gold standard of human enhancement in Marvel Comics. Created by Dr. Abraham Erskine during World War II, the Super Soldier Serum was designed to create the perfect human, not superhuman, but human perfection in every physical and mental capacity. Steve Rogers, a scrawny young man rejected by the military for his numerous health issues, was transformed into Captain America, demonstrating what humanity could achieve at its absolute peak. This is enhancement done right, stable, permanent, and transforming the subject into something greater without destroying who they were. The Super Soldier Serum enhanced every aspect of Steve Rogers' physiology. His strength increased to the peak of human potential, allowing him to bench press 200 pounds and perform feats that seem superhuman but are technically within ultimate human capability. His speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, and durability were all enhanced to peak human levels. His healing factor, while not Wolverine level, allows him to recover from injuries several times faster than normal humans and grants him immunity to diseases and toxins. lens. Perhaps most importantly, his mind was also enhanced. His tactical thinking, learning ability, and mental processing were all elevated to genius levels. What makes Captain America Level 2 is the sophistication and permanence of his enhancement. Unlike Nuke's crude, pill-based system, the Super Soldier Serum created a permanent, stable transformation. Steve doesn't need constant chemical maintenance. He is enhanced, fundamentally and permanently. The serum also enhanced his character alongside his body, amplifying his courage, determination, and moral compass. Erskine designed the serum to make good men great, and Steve Rogers proved that concept perfectly. Captain America has accomplished incredible feats that demonstrate his enhancement's effectiveness. He's fought and defeated opponents far stronger than himself through skill, tactics, and determination. He's led the Avengers, fought in World War II alongside the Howling Commandos, survived being frozen for decades, and remained relevant in the modern era despite technically being over 100 years old. He's fought Thanos, held his own against gods, and his shield-throwing skills have become legendary. His tactical genius has made him one of Marvel's greatest leaders and strategists. The Super Soldier Serum's true genius is its balance. It enhanced Steve Rogers to peak human potential without creating the instability that plagues other enhancement programs. He's not suffering from psychological breaks, chemical dependency, or physical degradation. The serum is so well designed that Steve can fight continuously for extended periods without fatigue. His body processes lactic acid 4 times faster than normal humans, and he can hold his breath underwater for extended periods. His enhanced metabolism means he can't get drunk, and his immune system fights off infections before they take hold. However, Captain America's enhancement does have limitations that keep him at level 2. While he's peak human, he's still technically human. He can be injured by sufficient force, needs to breathe, and extreme enough conditions can kill him. He doesn't have true superhuman abilities like energy projection, flight, or reality warping. His strength, while incredible, is dwarfed by truly superhuman beings like Thor or Hulk. He's the best a human can possibly be, but he's still operating within human parameters, just at the absolute ceiling of those parameters. The tragedy of the Super Soldier Serum is that Dr. Erskine was assassinated immediately after creating Captain America, taking the complete formula to his grave. Every attempt to recreate the serum has resulted in flawed versions, creating beings like Red Skull, Nuke, or other unstable, enhanced individuals. The US government has tried for decades to recreate Erskine's success, producing programs like Weapon X, Weapon Plus, and various other super soldier initiatives, but none have matched the perfection of the original. Captain America remains unique, the only truly successful recipient of the perfected super soldier serum. What places Captain America at level 2 is that his enhancement represents advanced, stable, permanent superhuman ability created through scientific means. He's not dependent on external power sources, doesn't suffer from instability, and his enhancement makes him capable of standing alongside gods and monsters despite being fundamentally human. The Super Soldier Serum is level 2 because it's sophisticated, well-designed, and creates reliable enhancement without the catastrophic flaws of level 1 enhancements. However, it's still bound by human limitations, even if those are peak human limitations. Captain America is proof that proper enhancement can create something remarkable, not a monster or an unstable weapon, but a hero who embodies the best of what humanity can become. Level 3. The Technological Augmentations. Winter Soldier Bucky Barnes. James Buchanan. Bucky Barnes, transformed into the Winter Soldier, represents enhancement through the combination of chemical serums and advanced cybernetic technology. After falling from a train during World War II and being presumed dead, Bucky was recovered by Soviet forces who used him as the foundation for their own Super Soldier program. The Russians gave him a variant of the Super Soldier Serum, but what truly makes him level 3 is his cybernetic arm, an advanced prosthetic that grants him superhuman strength in that limb and makes him one of the most dangerous assassins in Marvel history. The Winter Soldier's enhancements are multifaceted. The Soviet version of the Super Soldier Serum gave him enhanced strength, speed, durability, and a slowed aging process similar to Captain America's, though potentially not quite as refined. His cybernetic arm, however, is where the real technological augmentation shines. The arm is made of titanium, incredibly strong and durable, capable of punching through concrete, catching bullets, and going toe-to-toe with other enhanced beings. The arm has been upgraded multiple times over the decades with various versions featuring EMP generators, energy shields, and other tactical capabilities. What makes Winter Soldier level 3 is the combination of chemical and technological enhancement, creating something greater than either alone. The serum enhanced his body to superhuman levels, while the cybernetic arm gave him a weapon that could match or exceed opponents stronger than him. His arm also serves as a symbol of his transformation. He's literally part machine, a living weapon crafted by the Soviet Union to be their ultimate assassin. The arm's strength allows him to fight beings who would overpower him based on his serum enhancement alone. alone. The Winter Soldier's most terrifying aspect was his mental conditioning. Beyond his physical enhancements, the Soviets used brainwashing, memory suppression, and trigger words to turn Bucky into a programmable assassin. They kept him in cryogenic freeze between missions to prevent aging and maintain control, waking him only when they needed him to kill someone. This combination of physical enhancement, technological augmentation, and psychological programming created an assassin who operated for decades, responsible for countless deaths, including the assassination of Howard and Maria Stark. Winter Soldier has proven his enhancements' effectiveness through his accomplishments as an assassin and later as a hero. As the Winter Soldier, he was responsible for numerous high-profile assassinations, survived encounters with Captain America and other heroes, and operated as a ghost for decades. After breaking his programming and reclaiming his identity, Bucky has fought alongside the Avengers, temporarily took up the Captain America mantle, led teams, and proven he can hold his own against superhuman threats. His cybernetic arm has been destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, each iteration incorporating new technology. However, the Winter Soldier's enhancements have significant limitations and costs. His cybernetic arm, while powerful, is still a prosthetic. It can be damaged, disabled by EMPs, or torn off by sufficiently strong opponents. The arm also requires maintenance and can malfunction. His serum enhancement, while effective, isn't as perfect as Steve Rogers' original formula. Most significantly, the psychological damage from decades of brainwashing and being used as a weapon has left Bucky with severe PTSD, guilt, and ongoing mental health struggles. The enhancement saved his life but cost him his identity and humanity for decades. The cybernetic technology that defines Winter Soldier's Level 3 status has evolved significantly. His original Soviet-era arm was crude by modern standards. Later versions created by Wakanda incorporated vibranium and advanced Wakandan technology, making the arm even more powerful and versatile. The Wakandan arm can interface with technology, store kinetic energy, and includes various hidden capabilities. This progression shows how technological augmentation can improve over time as technology advances, unlike serum-based enhancements which are fixed at the time of application. What places Winter Soldier at Level 3 is the integration of advanced technology with chemical enhancement. He's not just a super soldier, he's a cyborg assassin whose mechanical components give him capabilities beyond what the serum alone provides. His cybernetic arm is a weapon system grafted onto an enhanced human, creating a hybrid enhancement that's more versatile and upgradable than pure chemical enhancement. He's Level 3 because he represents the next step beyond serums, adding technology to human enhancement, creating augmented humans who can be upgraded and modified as technology improves. Winter Soldier proves that combining chemical and technological enhancement creates something more dangerous and adaptable than either approach alone, though it comes at the cost of humanity and requires the subject to become part machine. Level 4. The Extreme Modifications. Weapon X Program. Wolverine's adamantium bonding. The Weapon X program's enhancement of Logan represents one of the most extreme and brutal modification procedures in Marvel Comics. While Wolverine already possessed his mutant healing factor and bone claws, the Weapon X program took him and performed an agonizing procedure that bonded indestructible adamantium to his entire skeleton. This wasn't gentle enhancement or voluntary improvement, it was torture that transformed Logan into a nearly unstoppable killing machine. The adamantium bonding process is so extreme, so painful, and so dangerous that it would kill anyone without a powerful healing factor, making it Level 4 for its radical and permanent modification. The adamantium bonding process involved lacing Logan's entire skeleton with the metal alloy, coating his bones and claws in the indestructible material. The procedure was excruciatingly painful, requiring Logan's healing factor to work overtime constantly to survive the toxicity of the metal being introduced to his body. The result was a skeleton that cannot be broken by conventional means, claws that can cut through virtually anything, and a body that can survive impacts and forces that would shatter normal bones. The adamantium made Wolverine's already formidable mutant abilities even more deadly. What makes the Weapon X enhancement Level 4 is its extreme nature and permanent, irreversible transformation. The adamantium isn't a serum that could theoretically be flushed from the system or a piece of technology that could be removed. It's bonded at a molecular level to Logan's bones. It's permanent, and removing it requires reality-warping power or procedures that would kill most beings. The enhancement also comes with severe costs. The adamantium is toxic, and Logan's healing factor works constantly just to keep the metal poisoning from killing him. This means his healing factor is always partially suppressed, operating at reduced efficiency, because it's constantly fighting the adamantium's toxicity. The Weapon X program didn't stop at physical enhancement. Like the Winter Soldier program, they also implemented extensive brainwashing and psychological conditioning to turn Logan into a programmable weapon. They implanted false memories, suppressed his real identity, and used trigger words and conditioning to control him. The combination of physical modification and mental programming created a living weapon who could be deployed for assassinations and Black Ops missions without question or hesitation. Wolverine's adamantium enhancement has proven devastatingly effective in combat. His claws can pierce virtually any material except other adamantium or vibranium. His skeleton cannot be broken, allowing him to survive falls, impacts, and attacks that would shatter normal bones. He's survived being blasted by Cyclops' optic beams, punched by the Hulk, and countless other attacks that would kill most heroes, with his adamantium skeleton protecting his vital organs and healing factor repairing the soft tissue damage. The adamantium makes him a nearly perfect weapon for close-quarters combat. However, the adamantium bonding has significant downsides. The constant toxicity means Wolverine's healing factor is weaker than it would be naturally. When the adamantium has been removed in various storylines, his healing factor becomes dramatically more powerful and he can regenerate from even more severe injuries. The metal also makes him vulnerable to magnetic manipulation. Magneto has ripped the adamantium from his skeleton in one of comics' most brutal scenes, nearly killing Logan. The metal makes him heavier and sink in water, and the procedure itself left psychological scars, with Logan remembering the torture for the rest of his life. The Weapon X program represents the darkest side of enhancement, modification performed without consent, torture presented as improvement, and the reduction of a person to a weapon. Logan didn't choose the adamantium bonding. It was done to him while he was held captive. The program viewed him as raw material to be improved, not a person with rights. This makes the Weapon X enhancement fundamentally different from Captain America's serum, which Steve volunteered for and which was designed to make good men better. Weapon X was designed to make killers unstoppable. What places the Weapon X program at level 4 is the extreme and irreversible nature of the modification. Bonding indestructible metal to someone's skeleton is radical body modification that pushes human enhancement into territory most programs won't approach. It requires a healing factor just to survive the procedure, let alone live with the results. It's permanent, toxic, and transforms the subject into something that's as much weapon as person. The adamantium bonding is level 4 because it's extreme modification that creates incredible combat effectiveness at enormous physical and psychological cost. It's enhancement through torture, transformation through violation, and the creation of a living weapon from a mutant who is already powerful. Weapon X proves that enhancement can be taken to brutal extremes that create devastating results while also destroying the humanity of the subject in the process. Level 5, the Alien Mystical Enhancements, Venom Symbiote. The Venom symbiote represents enhancement through alien biology, a living organism that bonds with a host and grants them incredible powers while also influencing their personality and desires. The symbiote is a member of the Clintar species, aliens that bond with hosts in symbiotic relationships, enhancing the host's abilities while the symbiote gains mobility and sustenance. When bonded with human hosts, particularly Eddie Brock and later others, the Venom symbiote creates a formidable enhanced being with powers that dramatically exceed anything chemical or technological enhancement can provide. The Venom symbiote grants its host a massive array of powers. The symbiote covers the host's body in a living black costume that provides superhuman strength, allowing them to lift around 25 to 30 tons. Dramatically enhanced speed and agility, wall-crawling abilities, immunity to Spider-Man's spider sense, the ability to shapeshift and create weapons from its biomass, regeneration that heals the host from severe injuries, and the ability to create webbing-like tendrils from its body. The symbiote also grants resistance to physical damage, can survive in hostile environments, and has a distributed intelligence that makes it nearly impossible to incapacitate through normal means. What makes the Venom symbiote level 5 is that it's not just enhancement, it's a living being merging with the host. The relationship is symbiotic, meaning both organisms benefit and neither is fully in control. The symbiote enhances the host's abilities far beyond human levels, but it also influences their thoughts, amplifies aggression, and has its own desires and hungers. The most significant of these is the symbiote's need to feed on phenethylamine, a chemical found in human brains and chocolate. This creates a disturbing element where the symbiote drives the host toward eating human brains or consuming vast amounts of chocolate to satisfy its hunger. The Venom symbiote has demonstrated impressive capabilities across its various hosts. When bonded with Eddie Brock, Venom became one of Spider-Man's most dangerous enemies, possessing all of Spider-Man's powers plus additional strength, immunity to spider sense, and shape-shifting abilities Spider-Man lacks. Venom can create weapons like axes, spikes, and blades from its biomass, extend tendrils to grab or impale enemies, and its shape-shifting allows it to disguise the host or create armor. The symbiote can also separate into multiple pieces while maintaining its integrity, making it incredibly difficult to permanently damage. However, the Venom symbiote has significant weaknesses that balance its power. The symbiote is vulnerable to high-frequency sounds which cause it extreme pain and can force it to separate from its host. It's also vulnerable to intense heat and fire, which can kill the symbiote if exposure is prolonged. These weaknesses create exploitable vulnerabilities that Spider-Man and other heroes have used repeatedly. The symbiote's influence on the host's psychology is also a double-edged sword. While it enhances aggression and combat effectiveness, it can also lead to loss of control, violent outbursts, and the host being consumed by the symbiote's more violent impulses. The relationship between host and symbiote is complex and has evolved over the years. Early on, the symbiote was portrayed as corrupting and controlling its hosts. Later stories revealed that symbiotes can form genuine bonds with compatible hosts, creating partnerships where both beings work together. Eddie Brock and his symbiote developed a deep bond based on their shared hatred of Spider-Man, eventually evolving into a more heroic partnership. The symbiote has been shown to care for its hosts, protecting them from harm and even sacrificing itself to save them in some circumstances. The Venom symbiote also has the disturbing ability to reproduce, creating offspring symbiotes like Carnage, Toxin, and others. These offspring often have enhanced abilities and different personality traits, creating a whole family of symbiote-enhanced beings with varying power levels. Carnage, bonded with serial killer Cletus Cassidy, became even more powerful and violent than Venom, demonstrating that symbiotes can create enhancement that exceeds their parent organism. What places the Venom symbiote at level 5 is that it represents alien enhancement, powers granted by a living extraterrestrial organism that fundamentally changes the host. It's not a serum that modifies human biology or technology grafted onto the body. It's a separate life form merging with the host to create something new. The enhancement is dramatic, versatile, and comes with its own intelligence and motivations. The symbiote grants powers that rival Spider-Man and exceed most enhanced humans, creating a being that operates beyond what Earth-based enhancement programs can achieve. It's level 5 because it's alien biology enhancing human hosts, creating partnerships that are as much about the relationship between two beings as they are about the powers granted. The Venom symbiote proves that enhancement doesn't have to be technological or chemical. Sometimes it's biological, alien, and involves merging with something utterly non-human to gain power beyond conventional enhancement. Level 6, the Cosmic Empowerments. Silver Surfer, Power Cosmic. Norrin Rad was transformed into the Silver Surfer when Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, imbued him with the Power Cosmic to serve as his herald. This enhancement represents a quantum leap beyond anything Earth-based science or alien biology can provide. It's power granted by a cosmic entity, transforming a mortal being into something that operates on a universal scale. The Power Cosmic is one of the most potent forms of enhancement in Marvel, granting abilities that make the recipient capable of fighting gods, surviving in the vacuum of space, and manipulating matter and energy in ways that defy conventional physics. The Power Cosmic grants the Silver Surfer an incredible array of abilities. He possesses superhuman strength, allowing him to lift well over 100 tons, near invulnerability that lets him survive supernovas and black holes, energy manipulation allowing him to absorb, project, and manipulate vast amounts of cosmic energy, matter manipulation that lets him restructure molecules and transmute elements, the ability to travel faster than light on his silver surfboard, cosmic awareness that lets him sense disturbances across the universe, and the ability to survive indefinitely without food, water, or air. He doesn't age, is immune to all diseases, and can regenerate from injuries that would kill most beings. What makes the Power Cosmic Level 6 is its scope and source. This isn't enhancement created by scientists or granted by alien symbiotes. It's power bestowed by Galactus, a being who existed before the current universe and serves as a fundamental cosmic force. The power cosmic is a portion of Galactus's own power, meaning the Silver Surfer wields energy that operates on a universal scale. He's not just enhanced, he's been elevated to cosmic status, able to perceive and interact with the universe in ways that mortals cannot comprehend. The Silver Surfer has demonstrated feats that showcase the power cosmic's incredible potency. He's flown through black holes unharmed, survived the heart of suns, traveled across galaxies in moments, moved entire planets from their orbits, channeled enough power to temporarily drain Galactus himself, fought against cosmic entities and abstracts, and manipulated matter on scales that affect entire solar systems. He once absorbed enough ambient cosmic radiation to become powerful enough to challenge Galactus directly. His energy projection can destroy planets if he doesn't restrain himself. The power. Cosmic also grants the Silver Surfer abilities that transcend mere physical power. His cosmic awareness lets him sense events across vast distances, detect life and energy patterns throughout the universe, and perceive things on quantum levels. He can phase through solid matter, travel through hyperspace, create portals across space, and exist in dimensions that would destroy normal beings. He's entered Galactus's world ship and survived environments that would annihilate planetary bodies. His silver skin is actually a manifestation of the power cosmic restructuring his molecular composition to something beyond mortal flesh. However, the power cosmic comes with significant costs and limitations. The transformation from Norrin Rad to Silver Surfer stripped away much of his humanity. For decades, he served Galactus as his herald, leading the Devourer to inhabited worlds to be consumed, complicit in genocide on an unimaginable scale. Even after breaking free from Galactus's service, the Silver Surfer remains fundamentally changed. He's no longer truly human, existing as a cosmic being separated from mortal concerns and relationships. The power has isolated him, making him an outsider wherever he goes. The Silver Surfer is also still bound by certain limitations despite his cosmic power. Galactus can reclaim the power cosmic if he chooses, and has done so in various storylines. The Surfer's power, while vast, is still just a portion of Galactus's might. The full Devourer is far more powerful. The Surfer can be hurt by sufficiently powerful cosmic entities, reality warpers, and beings like Thanos or other by Herald-level threats. His cosmic awareness, while extensive, isn't truly omniscient, and he can be surprised or outmaneuvered by sufficiently clever opponents or beings who operate beyond his cosmic senses. What places the Silver Surfer at level 6 is that his enhancement comes from a cosmic entity and operates on a universal scale. He's not just superhumanly powerful, he's cosmically empowered, able to affect solar systems, survive in the depths of space indefinitely, and perceive the universe in ways that dwarf any Earth-based enhancement. The power cosmic transformed Norrin Rad from a mortal man into a cosmic herald whose existence spans millennia and whose powers rival gods. He's level 6 because his enhancement isn't biological, technological, or chemical. It's cosmic empowerment that elevates the recipient to a level of power where they operate on universal scales. The Silver Surfer proves that the highest tiers of enhancement come not from science or alien biology, but from cosmic entities who can grant portions of their own universal scale power to chosen mortals, transforming them into beings who exist between humanity and godhood. Level 7. The Ultimate Transformations. Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force represents the absolute pinnacle of enhancement in Marvel Comics. Cosmic possession or merger with an entity that embodies life, death, and rebirth on a multiversal scale. When the Phoenix Force bonds with a host, typically Jean Grey but also others throughout Marvel history, it doesn't just enhance them, it transforms them into one of the most powerful beings in existence, capable of destroying and creating entire galaxies, manipulating reality, time, and space, and wielding power that rivals abstract cosmic entities. This isn't enhancement, it's transcendence to near godhood. The Phoenix Force is a cosmic entity that exists as the nexus of all psionic energy across past, present, and future. When it bonds with a host, it grants virtually unlimited power. The host gains telepathy and telekinesis on a cosmic scale, the ability to manipulate matter and energy at fundamental levels, immortality and resurrection capabilities, the power to destroy and create life, time, and space manipulation, and most terrifyingly, the ability to destroy planets, stars, and entire galaxies with their thoughts. The Phoenix Force has consumed stars to refuel itself and destroyed inhabited worlds casually during its Dark Phoenix rampage. What makes the Phoenix Force level 7 is that it's not enhancement, its transformation into a cosmic entity. When Jean Grey became the Phoenix, she wasn't just an enhanced mutant. She became a cosmic force of nature that existed across multiple planes of reality simultaneously. The Phoenix Force operates on a multiversal scale, meaning it exists across infinite universes and timelines. The host doesn't just gain power, they become power incarnate, an entity whose very existence can threaten all of reality if they lose control. The Dark Phoenix saga demonstrates the terrifying scope of Phoenix Force enhancement. When Jean Grey lost control and became Dark Phoenix, she consumed an entire star to satisfy her hunger, which caused a nearby planet's sun to go supernova, killing billions of innocent aliens. She fought the entire X-Men, the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, and various other cosmic-level threats simultaneously and defeated them all effortlessly. She was only stopped when Jean Grey's human consciousness reasserted itself and chose suicide over continuing to exist as a cosmic threat. This storyline showed that Phoenix Force enhancement can elevate someone from hero to universal threat in moments. The Phoenix Force has bonded with multiple hosts throughout Marvel history, each time granting incredible power. Beyond Jean Grey, it's bonded with Rachel Summers, Hope Summers, Cyclops, Emma Frost, and even divided among multiple X-Men during the Avengers vs. X-Men event. Each time, the host gained reality-warping power on a planetary or universal scale. When Cyclops was empowered by the Phoenix Force, he became Dark Phoenix himself, killed Professor Xavier, and nearly destroyed the world before being stopped. This shows that the Phoenix Force's power isn't dependent on the host's original abilities. It elevates anyone to godlike levels. However, the Phoenix Force comes with catastrophic risks that make it as much curse as enhancement. The power is nearly impossible to control, constantly pushing the host toward destruction. The Phoenix Force embodies both creation and destruction, and its destructive side often overwhelms hosts, consuming their humanity and transforming them into threats that require cosmic-level intervention to stop. Jean Grey has died multiple times because of the Phoenix Force, been resurrected by it, and spent much of her comic history struggling with the entity inside her or dealing with its aftermath. The Phoenix Force also fundamentally changes the host's nature. They don't just gain powers, they become something other than human. Jean Grey as Phoenix existed across multiple planes of reality, could perceive all timelines simultaneously, and her consciousness was fundamentally altered by merging with a cosmic entity. Even after separating from the Phoenix Force, hosts are forever changed by the experience, having existed for a time as something beyond mortal comprehension. The psychological impact of wielding god-level power and then losing it has driven multiple characters to madness or despair. What places the Phoenix Force at level 7 is that it represents the ultimate transformation, merger with a cosmic entity that grants multiversal scale power. It's not an enhancement that makes you stronger or faster, it's a transformation that makes you a god. The Phoenix Force operates on scales where galaxies are insignificant, where reality itself can be rewritten, and where the host becomes a threat that requires cosmic abstracts or reality warpers to combat. It's level 7 because there's essentially no upper limit to what Phoenix-enhanced beings can accomplish. They can destroy universes, create life, resurrect the dead, manipulate time and space, and exist as cosmic forces rather than individuals. The Phoenix Force proves that enhancement at its absolute peak doesn't come from serums, technology, or even cosmic empowerment from beings like Galactus. The ultimate enhancement comes from merging with fundamental forces of the universe itself, becoming one with entities that embody concepts like life, death, and rebirth on a multiversal scale. The Phoenix Force transforms mortal hosts into cosmic gods whose power is limited primarily by their control and willpower. It's the ultimate transformation because it doesn't enhance what you are. It transforms you into something completely different, something that exists beyond normal categories of power and operates on scales where individual lives, planets, and even galaxies become insignificant. The Phoenix Force is enhancement taken to its logical extreme, transcendence into godhood itself.